Hello everyone. A very warm good afternoon to all of you. This is Vaishali Vaishnav, founder of MTM Multitasking Mommies, and welcoming you today for a session of MTM exclusives with Dr. Megha Bhatt, founder of Sinotech and Sinomap. And first of all, friends, I would like to tell you today that the main reason for starting these session of MTM exclusives is that how our members of the community, multitasking mommies, can share their knowledge, can guide you, can enlighten you with different topics in these difficult times. And believe me, each and every session of MTM exclusives is going to be very useful for you. It's good to see everybody joining. Hello, Madhuri ji. Hi, Vaidehi. Good afternoon. Hello, Nital Ben. And when it comes to a session with Dr. Megha Bhatt, well, I think we all know her. She is founder of Sinotech, Sinomap, and a scientist basically who we are indeed at Multitasking Mommies very much proud to have her in the community, our own women scientist. She's also president of Gujarat STEM Education Council of Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. She does some wonderful programs on the awareness of science and maths, a passionate educationist, and a wonderful human being. You might have also seen another side of her during our musical sessions as well. And she is a hardcore educationist and, as I said, a wonderful human being. We had been doing wonderful sessions of entrepreneurship as well with her, and a very multifaceted person she is. And it indeed is a feeling of pride for me to welcome her today for the session. And today's session is on creativity in COVID times. Yes, it is very important for kids and mothers as well. So don't miss out this session. It would be a very insightful session by Dr. Megha Bhatt, and I'm sure we all are going to have a lot of knowledge from her today, because I know each mother is struggling today to keep their child busy, to keep their child creative in these difficult times. So let's welcome Dr. Megha Bhatt.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, Dr. Megha Bhatt. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And so
it is so good to have you today.
Yes, thank you. It's my pleasure as well. And I really wish that today all the mothers, they really have good time with me because I'm going to guide them on so many activities they can do with children. So, yes.
True. So, Megha, before we start the session, can you just give us a glimpse of your activities at Sinotech and Sinomap? Because we have a lot of mothers who have joined in, so they can also have an idea about the kind of wonderful work you are doing.
Sure. Actually, I have entangled our work along with the presentation what I have made today, that whatever activities I'm going to suggest, everything could be done from three-dimensional perspective while teaching English, while teaching mathematics or science or even social science. So there are so many activities which parents can do along with arts. And I think art, if it is intervened correctly with music and the writing skills and everything, naturally the language skills, that could be improvised with reading. But still, I have intervened all our Sinotech and Sinomath activities along with the presentation, and they will have a beautiful glimpse of the work by children and how they can guide their own children. And I think that is the time I'm looking forward to.
Indeed, as a mother, even I am looking forward to today's session. So over to you, Megha Ben. give a hint when you start screen sharing so that I can take it on the screen. And
Yes.
yes, I'll remove myself from the screen right now so that you can start with the session. And I'll be back at the end of the session when you just give me a hint.
Yeah. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, yes. Wait a minute. I'll add it to the stream.
You can put me on the side window and
Yeah. Yeah, the screen is visible now. We can see your screen. I'll remove myself from the screen so that you can take the session exclusively.
sure. And Vaishali, one more thing. In between, I
Yeah.
want to share screen for two videos. So at that point of time, I will have to stop sharing and again share my screen for the video. Correct?
Yeah, yeah, I'm there only. You just give me a hint to start as
Yeah.
you start screen
Sure.
sharing. I'll put it there in the stream. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Looking forward. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, thank you. So, hello everyone, and very good evening, ladies. And I know that we are really going to have good time together. Whatever half an hour slot I have, it is a perfect time, to understand. I have done full screen. So it is a perfect time to understand how creative we could be for our children, and to inculcate that kind of creative thinking in them, right? And so here I go. You all know me as a science person, but today I'm not going to restrict myself to scientific activities only, but still, just to begin with it, around us there is so much of science everywhere. And if we are able to, if our children are able to ask certain question, that why does soda fizz when you open the bottle, or why you shake it, it just poops up like like a volcano. And how, sometimes the ghee gets solidified and sometimes it is liquid, or sometimes probably the patterns of the birds in the sky is most of the time it is v-shaped. Why? So basically, whatever we are trying to observe around us has something or some question around it, in the form of what we call it to be how, when, where, and so all these questions, if children are able to ask, then it is well and good. But if they are not able to ask, then we have to push them towards just giving them hints that did you observe that, did you observe that, or something like that. Then suddenly the child will, instead of having a gadget, the child will start doing something which we would love to see them. So suppose how, show them sometimes the grains, that how they were before cooking, and after cooking it has completely transformed. Suppose if you keep an apple for some time, what happens to that, or banana for some time, what happens to that? Is there a time difference between them getting brown, say if the watermelon is there just kept for say 5 minutes or more, or if apple is kept 5 minutes or more, is there a difference between them, showing that now they are not good for consumption? So that kind of observation definitely helps. Ice cream, we have all eaten. It has a complex structure scientifically, but how that transparent ice turns into the snowy structure, right? And how much fat it has, that gives a lovely constituency to the basically to the ice cream. So all those questions are supposedly the children should be able to ask. So what enhances curiosity or creativity in children? The very first thing, as a scientific process, Sunil, it is full screen. Is it full screen now? Somehow, are you able to see it full screen? No. Is it full screen now? Okay. So, as you can see, observing helps a lot, in developing curiosity. And observing leads to what you call it to be the child interpreting, what he or she is observing, and try experimenting it, try doing it, may it be a drawing or may it be any kind of other activity what I'm going to show you, they can try on their own. Okay, and then obviously that is what we call it to be exploration. And then finally, when they have done that particular work, let them present those ideas to parents or family or extended family. That will give them a lot of joy of accomplishment. So can you just come inside? It is like, so scientific. Okay, so my first idea is let me just stop sharing. So in between, I was just trying to tell you all that there are some scientific aptitudes which everybody should be able to understand, in the sense that now I think you will be able to see my full screen, if I'm not mistaken. Is it so? Can somebody say yes or no in the chat window, please, if you are able to see my screen full? Because otherwise, you'll not be able to enjoy what I'm trying to show you. And that is the reason I was asking. Okay, so these are the simple activities what mothers can do with their child. Okay, it may be any age. Trust me, even if the child is 5-year-old, or if the child is 8 or 10-year-old or 12-year-old, you can do this activity. This activity is something very common for all age groups, and that depends on child's ability to express their ideas. Trust me, in the beginning, when you try doing this exercise with children, they may not be able to tell you much, because they are not used to such beautiful exercises. But if they are going to some good schools, or if they are in some proper hands, then definitely they'll be able to express themselves much well. All right, so trust me, I had a girl, a beautiful one, who had a dog. Okay, so once I asked them to make a Venn diagram. This is called as a Venn diagram exercise, where the two individuals you are trying to compare, and you are trying to compare the two, in which the contrasting characters, or the characters which are in common, they will be in the center, and on the sides what is exclusive to them. Say here there is an example. This is for very little children. Say red thin peel. In case of apples, in oranges it is orange or leathery rind. Both of them are fruits, both of them grow on trees, so that is in the center. So like that, when you try telling them, it is so wonderful that children have their own ideas and own thinking. Okay, it is something very different than what we think they would like. All right, and that girl had how beautifully put up in the center. She had compared herself with her dog. All right, and according to us, that was a dog, but in the center she had written, the center was complete with the ideas like, my mummy feeds me and my mummy feeds my dog. My dog loves mummy and I also love mummy. So like that, a child, when they try expressing their own ideas, it is something lovely. So don't think that my child is now 8 or 9-year-old and I can't do that. You can definitely do that. You can try, make them, continuously compare and contrast by making this kind of Venn diagrams. Then going ahead, these kind of creative games. Now, this is something so lovely that you can create it on your own at home. Okay, on one of the walls you can, or on a big whiteboard if you have it right now with you, because of COVID, last 1 year has been tough. So if you are doing those exercises with your child yourself, then you can have a nice whiteboard where you can have these kind of sticky notes, where the child thinks that, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. Okay, it can be for the language, it can be for math, and trust me, dear friends, the whole idea is that it is not about the subject. It is about how creative you are with your child, and how your child wants to connect with those activities, because they are done differently. Okay, so try doing them. Now, one more idea, that suppose the next slide, if I tell you, this is the math puzzle by my Sinomath kid Pranshi. And trust me, for the beautiful, this is entirely conceptualized and designed by the child. Okay, I am giving you one example that your child also can do that. Okay, they need not copy, but they can have their own ideas. So she said that, okay, you figure me out. Now, when you say that she's asking a question that how many pets do I have? 8 multiplied by 0. She's a grade 4 child. So accordingly, the numbers will be as per their own age. Correct? So the whole idea itself is so beautiful when the child comes out that, okay, this is the puzzle about myself. That, okay, this is the math I'm presenting to you. So guess how many medals I have? So 90 divided by 5. So all the children started shouting that you have so and so number of medals and you have 0 number of pets. So this kind of ideas, okay, makes you definitely feel that, wow, how beautiful learning could be. Then you can also practice origami. Origami is something where, with the help of old newspapers also, what you need to do is that cut a square, maybe 15 by 15 centimeter square or 10 by 10 centimeter square, whatever you feel. As a parent, depending upon the size and availability of the newspapers, you can do that. The colored papers look beautiful, but once they learn the skill, you can actually, go and get them, you can buy things for them like colored papers. So origami is an art which is not only the folding technique, but it also teaches you beautiful mathematics. And trust me, there were so many projects. I'm going to show you a beautiful short 2-minute video of my Sinomath children also, where, they not only came up with so many board games, but they definitely came up with some origami structures, explaining fractions and explaining division so very well. So we also had last year a beautiful program, Mathogami, by Paraj Modi. She's a young girl, just in 10th standard, and she's origami enthusiast. And trust me, we ourselves, not only the children, but not only learned about the 3-dimensional shapes from her, but I myself did so many things with her, and it was amazing. Anyway, so origami, these are the few sites what I would recommend to children, that most of them are absolutely free. And if you just Google them, they will directly come this way. But origami.me, or specifically Origami Resource Center or Happy Folding, all these are the sites where they put up quite a bit about mathematical models related to origami also. And it's a hobby children can have. Now next is what I suggest is doodling. So my dear friends, trust me, doodling is something where you are just trying to use your pencil or colored pens, and you don't need any much resources. Most of the mothers are, specifically, they keep telling me that मेघा बहन, बहुत स्क्रीन टाइम हो गया है, तो उसके साथ हम क्या कर सकते हैं. So I'm trying to show you today the activities which could be done without the gadget, okay? Otherwise, with the gadgets also, there are hundreds of activities, but these are something very, very popular these days. And you don't need to even pay for that. Probably if some people are doing paid workshops, if the child is too much interested, you can definitely enroll if you have quite a bit in the sense of resources. But otherwise, many sites are there, which guides children to do different types of doodling. Now, last on World Creativity Day, we had expert called Bindal Ben from Bombay, and this is a live what she explained from the thumbprints, just with the help of thumb lining. She tried showing them how to make a penguin and a turtle and an angry bird and a bumblebee and whatnot. Right? So just like Mehndi design, children can just go on doing lots of doodles, which is like, which can be created as a hobby too. And this is one of by my own child, Siddhant Shekhar, who is in grade 10 right now. Last year when he did this during COVID time, he was in grade 9. And this is not only a scientific cartoon, but it is also what you call it to be a doodle. And he's so fond of doodling that his parents allowed him to do the doodling on the entire wall of his bedroom. So where he is sitting, I can always see that lovely doodle what he has made just below where he's sitting. So just behind where he's sitting. So you can see that the understanding of the child, how it comes out through, what the child is making. So hi, I'm King Corona, and I'm the strongest, as you can think, on the planet right now. This was last year when we made. And the flame you see is the way I spread my children on every living creature. So unfortunately, it is true, even after a year. So imagine how bad, the child already has grasped such a, higher grade child. So what about the lower grade children? Now, this is about the scientific cartoon. There are little grade children also, participating in what you call it to be the scientific cartoons. What I try teaching them that, okay, there is an idea which we try putting up with the help of a cartoon. So how do we put them? So these are the few examples where, we say that, yes, Earth has a fever and Earth is on a ventilator, as you all can see. And where is the oxygen? Oxygen is by just the planting. So the whole idea, okay, the medicine is just planting. So the whole idea where you're trying to teach the child, वसूल है जब, child खुद ऐसा कुछ drawing बनाता है, that to a grade 3 child. And Gabriel, as you can see, only you can save the world right now. Petrol is telling whom? To the solar panel. Okay, so try using solar energy, switch to alternatives. So whatever we are trying to teach them in terms of concepts, if the child is able to put it in the form of scientific cartoons at home, nothing like it, please promote them to do so. Then these are some of the bottle arts I could find on net. And trust me, this is also a kind of vertical gardening what we promote as a botanist. So if you have a wall which is completely dry and there is nothing over there, either you can paint or you can have a nice vertical bottle garden like this which child has made by themselves, and it will be lovely. Then these are the few articles, as you can see. And this is something, a live thing, what I want to say, that this was by my MSc students, where these eco-friendly bottle lamps they had made, and we had put them up in one of the events by one Garba company. So and trust me, people were in all praise that hundreds of such bottle lamps just made out of 2-liter Fantine Sprint bottles, my friends, okay, made by just 3 MSc children. So these children have made, and that's why I thought that you can also might as well promote this idea to your children. Okay, so these are the lamps made by children. Then all of them, since they are on the gadgets already, trust me, they are very good with typing on the phone. You must be very aware. But most of them, I guess, friends, I feel that most of them lag behind in what you call it to be typing. Ask yourself as a mummy that how many of you, by closing your eyes, you can type. Okay, if you're not able to type, then at least please teach your kids to do that. Even you can do that at your age. And trust me, I started all this very late in my life. So if I can do it, you can might as well do it. Okay, so and there are few completely free websites where you can actually learn to type. Okay, there is a dancing mat which tells you if you go correct, they will tell you correct, 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 and if you go wrong, so immediately they will just put that thing and say incorrect, incorrect. So till the time you go correct, it just keeps you telling you with nice dancing beats. So it is very fun for children, and they must switch to something similar to this. Then there are some paper mash activities, as you can see. Paper mash activities are again very easy. You need some balloons and use some glue and newspapers. And those are really very easy. These are the 2 projects being put up at different levels by my children only during carnival time. And they, because in Bombay, they could not go out anywhere to get anything. And that's how, she put up this with the help of just paper mash activity. And that could be definitely done with children. These are few eco-friendly, paper mash activities, which are very beautiful. And Vihana and Pranshi, as you can see, both of them have made beautiful necklaces, earrings, wall hangings, and Pranshi has made this lamp. So they can be converted to paper mash. So only thing is that, see, we all have seen, but sometimes we tend to forget when it is our own children because we have to sit with them. So try at least, guiding them further that, okay, these are the activities you can actually do. And then furthermore, probably if they are interested, they will try exploring on their own. Okay. So vasool hai. And suppose if you talk about clay modeling also is something where, just with the help of little bit of colorful clay, they can create wonders. So this is the model which was created in Carnival by my Isha. Where digestive system entire model was being created only with the help of clay and colors. So that could be one idea. Then reading could be actually, I would definitely recommend reading to children, because it not only takes them away from the gadget, but also आप वापस बोलोगे कि वहां पे वापस वो लोग आंखें यूज कर रहे हैं, वापस पढ़ रहे हैं, they are straining their eyes. But trust me, you can read out. Nowadays there are audiobooks also available everywhere, so you can you can put up those audiobooks for them, and always try putting age appropriate books. I would definitely recommend again that age appropriate books are something which is very very important for all the mothers to understand. मतलब देखो, कभी ऐसा मत सोचना कि मेरा बच्चा तो फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड में है, बट आपको पता नहीं है मैम, उसको तो थर्ड फोर्थ फिफ्थ स्टैंडर्ड के बहुत सारे प्रैक्टिकल्स आते हैं, और उसको तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है। अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छा है, बट एट द सेम टाइम उसकी जो कैपेसिटी है वो एज अ चाइल्ड और एज अ एडल्ट हम हमेशा टेस्ट नहीं कर सकते हैं। दैट इज माई हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट टू ऑल ऑफ यू, एंड फॉर दैट एज अप्रोप्रिएट रीडिंग इज ऑलवेज रिकमेंडेड फॉर चिल्ड्रन, एंड एज एजुकेशनिस्ट आई कैन टेल यू दैट. So please listen to me. Yeah, and they can also learn calligraphy. There are so many websites which actually initially थोड़ा सा सीखना हो तो मतलब बहुत अच्छे से there are few fonts, you can actually choose. That's why I have put it up here, in the sense that how beautiful it looks. So the child, maybe when you try showing them that okay, this is how it looks, then they will say that okay, I love the third one, okay, which is that typical calligraphy one, and I want to learn it. So there are websites which are completely free where they can do those kind of activities, and they can do calligraphy, my dear friends, and that is one very good idea. They can do that. So try putting that. Then for elder grade children, maybe from grade 8 and above, I would recommend that there are so many websites which makes you just put up a few hinting words that okay, what are you into. Suppose yesterday night I was just those free website, I was just throwing an idea, and I just put up a science based activity program. Okay, I just put that, and imagine when I wrote only science, you can see that in Sinotech we do have math also as Sinomath, but here because I put just the word science, it came up as different symbols of DNA and some glasswares and chemicals and whatnot, correct? Thermometer. So as you all can see how beautifully they can understand what is logo, what is IP, okay, what is intellectual property. हमारी खुद की intellectual property क्या होती है, कभी किसी का copy नहीं करना चाहिए, मतलब हमें खुद का कुछ develop करना चाहिए. बच्चा अपने आप logo paint करके डिजाइन कर सकता है, बट उसके लिए उसको अलग अलग लोगो दिखाने चाहिए कि इसको लोगो कहते हैं. हर एक कंपनी का अपना लोगो होता है, क्यों होता है, सो दैट एक्सक्लूसिवली दैट पर्टिकुलर कंपनी विल बी रिकॉग्नाइज्ड by that particular logo. So all those exercises could be done with children. Yes. Then slogan writing could be a very good choice. ट्रस्ट मी, मैंने बहुत बार ये कोशिश करी है, बट अपने बच्चे ये नॉर्दर्न या सदर्न स्टेट्स में बहुत पॉपुलर है, बट अपने वहाँ बहुत ज्यादा पॉपुलर नहीं है. बहुत सारे मतलब DST और विज्ञान प्रसार और बहुत सारे ऐसे बड़े जो सेंटर्स है गवर्नमेंट रिलेटेड, वो लोग बहुत सारे कॉम्पिटिशन्स रखते हैं, बट ट्रस्ट कीजिए मुझे, अपने बच्चे वहां बहुत ज्यादा पार्टिसिपेट नहीं करते हैं क्योंकि उनको ये आदत नहीं है. तो घर पे ही अगर उनको, इफ बच्चा इज वेरी गुड विद गुजराती और वेरी गुड विद इंग्लिश, आई वुड डेफिनेटली रिकमेंड कि स्लोगन राइटिंग हमेशा पहले मदर टंग में करवाना चाहिए. अगर आप ગુજરાતીની વાત કરીએ તો ગુજરાતી જે લોકોના ઘરમાં ગુજરાતી બોલાતું વંચાતું ગવાતું હોય એ લોકોના ઘરમાં તો છોકરાઓ બોલતા જ હોય, પણ જો બધું જ ઇંગ્લિશમાં બોલાતું હોય તો કદાચ બાળકો ગુજરાતીમાં ના બોલતા હોય. તો વિથ ધેટ કન્ટેક્स्ट इन माइंड अपने खुद की भाषा में, हिंदी हो या गुजराती, स्लोगन राइटिंग कराना सीखना चाहिए. और उसके लिए पहले उनको स्लोगन्स दिखाइए कि कैसे गवर्नमेंट स्लोगन्स यूज करती है. बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ, जिस घर में होता बेटी का सम्मान वह घर होता स्वर्ग समान. सो लाइक दैट कैसे प्रासानुप्रास मिलाया है सम्मान और समान में, पढ़ाओ जाओ में आपकी शान. सो लाइक दैट they will try thinking something similar on slogan writings related to science, slogan writing related to social science, and the language what they are learning. So I think that could be also one very good option. Then trust me, On multitasking mommies especially, I need not say this, because our fraternity is such that where kindness and compassion are absolutely part of it, and all the programs are put up with that thought. But otherwise, the global audience, whoever is watching me, with the education fraternity, since last 26 years, I have learned that we must teach our kids, just being humane. Yeah, so is used as an adjective to refer positive human traits like kindness and compassion. So to being not just the human being, but being humane. Okay, how we can, the idea of kindness or the thought of kindness for a child in terms of feeding birds, in terms of probably feeding, or serving these COVID patients, or probably, anything related to kindness. If we are able to teach them, it would be wonderful. Sharing their own toys, even if they are old toys, if there is a single child, it's always a problem, for to take away those old toys from the child and give it to somebody. So, the whole idea of sharing, that is also a part of being humane. So kindly teach them that during these wonderful time what we have with our children, and reconnect how much we can really downsize in our needs. मतलब जो भी रिड्यूस रीयूज की बात कर रहे हैं, उसमें गांधी जी ने जो कहा था सबसे पहला रिफ्यूज, जो अभी हम लोग मतलब कितने कम चीजों में भी हम लोग जी सकते हैं. So and the Legos, what we are talking about is something which is, my dear friends, I would really say that I just forgot one activity to put up, which is Legos. Legos is something where you can have those mechanical mind develop for a child if they are very much into simple machines, जोड़ना तोड़ना and all that. कि हमारे जमाने में वो छोटा सा मैकेनिक्स का गेम आता था, जो अभी भी आता है, इसका नाम शायद मैकेनो होता है, अभी 1 2 3 में मिलता है, और उसमें वो स्क्रू करना, अनस्क्रू करना, वो सब कुछ बच्चे के लिए, मतलब इट बिकम सो इजी विद द हेल्प ऑफ लेगोस. सो लेगोस ऑल्सो कुड बी अ ब्यूटिफुल आइडिया फॉर इन कोविड टाइम, सिटिंग एट होम and being with a family to do some activities. So my dear friends, before I show you I think few videos, let me simply stop sharing this, because I really want to show you some beautiful videos, and I would be very, very glad if I'm able to show you something which I actually meant for today's program. Okay, so just one second, and I think just give me one thing. Am I able to, can you see my screen please, or not really? Okay, let me put it this way. Can you see me now? I think something else is also running.
किनारे खूटे से बंधी है हवा, मिल के छुड़ाओ सारे. आ जाओ पतंग लेके, अपने ही रंग लेके, आसमां का शामे आना, आज हमें है सजाना. क्यों इस कदर हैरान तू, मौसम का है मेहमान तू. ओ दुनिया सजी तेरे लिए, खुद को जरा पहचान तू. तू धूप है झम से बिखर, तू है नदी बेखबर, बह चल कहीं, उड़ चल कहीं, दिल खुश जहां, तेरी तो मंजिल है वही. कदर हैरान तू मौसम का है मेहमान तू। बासी जिंदगी उदासी ताजी हंसने को राजी गर्म गर्म सारी अभी अभी है उतारी। जिंदगी तो है बताशा मीठी मीठी सी है आशा चकले।
Okay, so there is one more which I would really let me stop sharing first, and now again I'll screen share with one more video file which is math related. And trust me, my dear friends, you would love to see that, you know, math also could be, you know, can have a very beautiful impact on children if it is absolutely shown nicely and properly. So I think my whole purpose of showing you all this particular idea today was, are you all able to see my screen? Has it started, please? I'm just not able to.
મેઘાબેન તમારું સ્ક્રીન દેખાય છે?
મેથ કેમ ચાલુ નથી થતું એમ હું વિચારું છું.
હા.
Okay.
You can start
Let
screen
me
sharing again.
Yeah, that's what I did actually. And it's beautiful. Actually, they must see, you know, how beautiful it can be with children of different age groups. And I think if I'm not able to do that, I will try some other way now. Just give me 1 second. It's not happening. No.
Yeah, we can see. પાછું અનશેર થઈ ગયું. એ શરૂ થઈ ગયું તો actually.
ના ઈ wrong હતું પણ ઈ wrong start થયું હતું. This is the one what I was looking for.
Okay, just a minute. I'll take it on screen.
I'm sorry everyone. I think yeah.
I don't know, absolutely fine. Yes, it is coming now.
सोचा कहाँ था
Thank you so much. So I think the last part of my presentation is last 2 more minutes, and then I'll be done. So yes, just 1 more minute and I'm done. So my friends, I really wish that you all must have enjoyed and the whole program. We have a very live Facebook page where we try uploading beautiful science related stuff every day. We have few upcoming programs which are for a month-long program. So it is like 12 sessions which will run for the whole month, thrice a week. And I think we are trying to change the time as well as the day. So now it is starting from 10th and 11th May for different age groups. And, we have few upcoming programs with lot of parents requesting for it. It is Young Science Writers program, which is very close to my heart. So many of my media friends, came up with me, collaborated, to take up sessions for children in this particular program last time also when we put up. And we have started putting last time's children's write-up as blogs on our website now. And my dear friends and parents, this is my message to you all, that let's try changing our approach, okay, towards life. And trust me, as you all can see, this lady is holding a mobile, and how do you get your child to read books? So just not possible if we are not able to do that. And it's all about our life, especially our children's life. And it has to be where learning is fun every day for them. So thank you, multitasking mommies, for holding us today. Thank you so very much. Please think science, think Sinotech, imagine math, and visualize Sinomath. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Meghabin, for taking out time from your such busy schedule, because your sessions are already going on, and in between you have taken time specially for multitasking mommies for this wonderful session. In fact, તમારું આજનું સેશન જોઈને મને મન થઈ ગયું કે હવે મારે કંઈક એક્ટિવિટી કર્યા કરવી જોઈએ, because the activities you showed were so interesting.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so
and
thank
our
you so
children
much.
should be benefited. That should be the whole idea, that our children should love life, right?
True, absolutely true. And those videos were so amazing, that very inspiring. And I'm sure that all the mothers who are watching here, all the viewers who are watching here today, must have really learned a lot कि हम हमारे बच्चों को घर में बैठ के कैसे क्रिएटिविटी अलग अलग तरीके से करवा सकते हैं, उनका इंटरेस्ट कैसे जनरेट कर सकते हैं. So a big thank you to Dr. Megha Bhatt today, and to all the viewers who are still here and watching us. Thank you so much. And with this we end our live session. I would request everyone to stay home and stay safe, please. And whenever you get opportunity, go and get vaccinated. So
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Meghabin.
Thank you very much, and it was all my pleasure. Thank you, Vaishaliben.
Thank you so much. So with this we are ending the session. Have a good day, everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye.